Beep, 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 beep. 'Tis I, the Edijester. Okay, it's the morning. Morning. Ah, got a cup of tea, so I'm happy. What are you on today? Tea or coffee? Tea for me this morning. Right. Ronnie Nicole at Ronnie and Nicole 1. Oh, before I start, if you want to have a chat about the Warrior Teacher program, take a look at my pinned tweet or the links below. Sign up to show your interest and we'll have a chinwag. Other than that, buy me a coffee, subscribe to my Substack. Anything you can do to help will be more than welcome. So let's see what Ronnie Nichols got to say, because we now have a situation whereby the equality watchdog, the EHRC, did I get that right? Yes, the Equalities and Human Rights Commission, or whatever it's called. I've got it right. Okay, I always get all those muddled up. They've issued long-awaited guidance on enforcing the Supreme Court verdict on trans status. Nurses from Darlington met Wes Streeting, the Health Secretary, with a petition about single-sex spaces in October. And then we've got from Daniel Martin, Deputy Political Editor here, that 20th of May, which is obviously yesterday, that's right, yesterday, 4:09 p.m. Shops and leisure centres can question transgender people about their biological sex before letting them use changing rooms, the Equality Watchdog has said. The word transgender people is never mentioned in the regulations. It's only transsexuals. And they needed to have used that, really, because transgender doesn't mean anything. Transsexuals, we know what it means. Those are the GRC, right? So here's what's interesting about this. So I put the links are all in the Dubris so you can have a look as usual, because I'm spitting blood about it. But there you go. That's just me. I would spit blood about this, wouldn't I? It says here, shops and letters can question transgender people, and it then goes on to say those who appear to be lying can be legally be refused entry as long as they're not asked in a rude or offensive manner. According to updated guidance from the Equality and Human Rights Commission, I'm absolutely sick of this now. Gyms and hospitals could also legally ask people to provide birth certificates or passports to prove their biological sex. Now, if I was a feminine bloke or a masculine woman, I'd be quite happy with that. Got no problem with that at all, right? You get used to it, don't you? The watchdog also said trans people could legally be shut out of anywhere where women were likely to be in a state of undress. Absolutely right, because they're just men. Same should go for the women trying to get into men's spaces. Many organisations, such as the NHS and the two houses of Parliament, have refused to change their guidance on who can access women's spaces, even after the Supreme Court ruled that trans women were not legally women. So here comes some of the guidance, and this is where, for me, the wheels come off, and I'll be really interested to hear from you about what you think about what I'm saying. Because, grrr! Here we go. A trans woman, what does that even mean? A bloke in a dress goes to the office of a local support group and makes inquiries with the receptionist about the group counselling sessions they offer. Based on the needs of its service users, the group provides different sessions that are single-sexed or mixed-sex. The receptionist reasonably thinks that the trans woman is a biologically male and, as there are some other people waiting in the office, asks him, to come into a side room to get more details about the support he is looking for. When they are in private, the receptionist explains the different group sessions that are offered and asks the trans one, the bloke, what her birth sex is. When he confirms his birth sex, the receptionist provides him with the details of the mixed sex groups he could attend. I'm absolutely spitting blood. I'm spitting blood, right? We're going to ask receptionists, mind, people that are there at the front, right, dealing with the public on a daily basis, in, for example, this counselling group, or it could be a rape crisis centre, it could be anywhere, to deal with fetishists who will get off on the process that the EHRC is describing. I am absolutely convinced that not only do the EHRC not understand what we're dealing with, I don't think most of us do. The very fact that they get asked, the very fact that they're questioned, they'll get off on it. And then when they're taken into a side room to be told, that humiliation will be a free zone for some of these men. They do not understand what they are doing, and we are gradually, bit by bit, chain by chain, tug by tug, saying it's okay to practice your fetish in public. It is not. Without this being absolutely clear about what it means, and it's not, then it's no good to anyone. That's just me being angry. If there is a genuine concern, it continues, about the accuracy of the response to a question about birth sex, then a birth certificate could be requested. For the majority of individuals, this will be an accurate statement of their birth sex. However, it should be noted that the birth sex may not be a definitive indication of birth sex. This is an absolute dog's dinner. It is imperative that the government repeals the GRA and at the same time as doing that, ensures that we go back and reinforce every single person that's changed their bloody driving license, that has changed their birth certificate, that have changed their NHS records, whatever they've changed, all those records must be changed back, because there are only men and there are only women, and we cannot have sex frauds wandering the land. It's that simple. It's that simple. And what they're saying to these receptionists is, if somebody overhears you ask this bloke pretending to be a woman who says, "Yes, I am a man. I was assigned male at birth," that if somebody overhears that and they've got a GRC, that may be a criminal offence in some circumstances. So the receptionist has now become a gatekeeper to prevent fetishists from getting access to women's spaces, a specialist in deciding whether or not they're a fetishist, a lunatic, or just some bloke who wants to get in because he can dress funny. And then you've got the receptionist has to discern between whether or not they're going to take the chance to ask the question in case they get a criminal record because they out somebody with a certificate that allows them to falsify the most basic essence of who we are as a human being. This is an unbelievable dog's dinner. And that is my annoyed bit for today. What do you think? We end the damn lot. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.